Good evening for Madison Public Television and Daniel Hand High School Tiger football. This is the third game of the year, home game for Hand against Amity of Woodbridge. Amity comes into this game with 2 wins over Sacred Heart and Brantford, and Hand is 1-1, having lost last week to Fairfield Prep after beating West Haven in their first game. This is a team that is 2-0 at this point. This is Kent Sprague on the mic right now with Frank Tordoff and Gabe Balsamo with me. Steve Fust is on the camera at the beginning of this game. I'm going to give it to Gabe Balsamo a minute. Gabe, you had a chance to talk to the coach of Amity this past week. What did you learn?
Well, we learned that Amity has a very good defensive ball club. Their first game against Sacred Heart, they had 14 points scored against them. One of them was on special teams. Coach discounted that. Last week against Brantford, they scored late in the ball game. He considers Hand to have a very potent offense, and he said if he can keep the game in check and keep the score close, they might have a chance to win. They're very big up front on defense. They're all seniors except for one sophomore, and it should be a good ball game for Hand.
We just had the coin toss in the middle of the field. We will be back for the start of this game very shortly after the national anthem.
Hand is going to receive. Just as we were talking ahead of the game. Hand's going to receive. And we were saying that. Right down, right this way. Yeah. This is the most prevailing one normally. So it'll affect the passing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join the Daniel Hand marching band, the national anthem.
Daniel Hand will get the ball first. The kickoff will be from Amity to Hand. Before we start, Frank, would you touch on the injuries that Hand has?
Well, of course, we know that Special K, Kishwala is out with his broken leg. Steve Yanko's out. He's going to be gone really for the season. Kishwala thinks he might be back in a couple weeks. And Danny Anderson, of course, has a mildly separated shoulder. He may be back in a couple weeks, too, but we don't have him tonight. statistic to this. Gabe had told how the coach for Amity likes their defense, so they're going to put that on the field first thing.
And the field this time by Friedler down inside the 10, brings it back across the 20 to about the 21.
Nice job. Way in the corner, and that really is the way the wind is blowing tonight. Very, very stiff breeze coming out of the southeast, actually, tonight, Kent. And that stick didn't go very high in the air, but you could actually see it kind of curve with the breeze that time, right down in the northwest corner of the stadium here, if you will.
That was Jeremy Friedler, brought the ball back. We do have a number change tonight. Dan Anderson normally wears 38. He is out, and Sean Manley will have his number. There comes Noble, and Noble gets about 15 yards.
Nice job for our man, the Noble one out there. He came up, and there was a hole the size of a Mack truck, if you will, right across center. So our boys in the front line did a great job that time, starting with Chad Taylor.
Daryl Noble with about 22 yards on the first carry. Over the ball at center is Chad Taylor. Ryan Milligan, the quarterback. Jeff Monroe is the fullback. And that's Noble gets the ball and hoping to the near side. Still going! Down the sideline, another big gain, out of bounds.
Oh, he was working his way hard to get to that sideline and try to scamper his way up. A little bit too much white out there that time on the Amity team, but what a beautiful job he did shaking himself loose. He had a beautiful block thrown for him up there by, trying to remember who that was, Andy Elting, I believe.
2 carries from scrimmage for Daryl Noble, and he's gone over 20 yards on each one of them. That was about a 21-yard gain.
What did we get on that one, Gabe? 22, all right.
22?
Oh, we sure know the one.
Daryl Noble has 2 carries, 22 yards on each one. First down for him at the 38. That's Jeff Monroe up the middle, and an opening for 6 or 7.
Now the mountain man, Monroe, right that time, he went up, give it a little different look as they came up, but one of the really the same kind of plays. So even though he got a beautiful 6 yards off that, didn't really quite set off the Amity team.
That was Jeff Monroe running out of the fullback position, gained almost 6. We're early in the first quarter, first possession of the game, no score yet.
Sullivan just came out. Walby's wide.
Pitch this time to Bergami, who carries the ball for the first time down to the 32.
Boy, I didn't think he got that much out of that.
He only gained about a yard where they spotted.
Yeah, he was hit immediately coming off of there.
We now have Paul Sprague on the camera. That will bring up 3rd and a long 3 for Hand. And as Walby split to the near side, Sullivan to the far side.
Will be thrown into the wind.
And run up the middle by Noble across the 30, but short of a first down.
Short, they won't give it up though. They'll go for it anyway.
We're going to need a good full yard here for a first. 4th down play coming up.
Yeah, a little bit too much for a quarterback sneak, and we know that Ryan Milligan certainly has the size to do a good job with a sneak, but I don't think so.
Jeff Monroe, fullback. Daryl Noble, a tailback. Hand it off to Noble, and Noble gets a hole, a big hole, all the way to the 15. That's a first down and 20 more.
Nice pushback by Greg Walby that time. He took on the cornerback, kept him backpedaling, and that gave Daryl a couple extra yards.
No passes yet, all on the ground, and Daryl Noble is chewing it up in big chunks.
Because he lit it up last week. Anybody remembers last week's game, Vince Fisher? Hand did light it up in the airways, even in a losing cause.
It's very windy tonight, so we won't see as much passing probably. As Monroe, who is tripped immediately.
I think he tripped over his own man. I think it looked like he and Ryan may have played a little footsie as they were coming around there.
I'm not sure who he tripped over, but he
picked up 6 inches.
Yeah, he gained the short of a yard. We have 9 minutes left in the first quarter. This is the first possession of the game, and Hand has got it all the way back down to the just inside the 15. Bobby is being double covered on the near side of the field. And Milligan holds right. If he can get by one blocker, he's got a corner. He takes the corner, thrown out of bounds near the 10.
Measure maybe 3 yards, do you think, on that one? It kind of spread itself out just so that he couldn't quite make that corner the way he wanted to.
Gonna bring up third and about 5. Ball is right on the 10.
Wow. Okay. Daryl Noble, what's he got? Four carries right now? 58 yards and 4 carries.
58 and 4 carries. That's about what he had for the full game there.
Last week, yeah.
Last couple of games. Third down play.
Well, they really do figure they can do it in two shots.
Rolling to the near side.
Okay, he's going to
bring her down to run it. Now he's going to turn the corner inside the 10. He's short of a first down, however.
But this is real. You're going to go for the two downs here anyway, so you get the lion's share of it back that time.
Got to the 8. He needs to get to the 5 or first. Fourth down play. He's 3. End of the game is 38, and if we can remember, that's Sean Manley. It's not.
Sean Manley and Colin Johnson just went in too, I believe.
It's not Dan Anderson. Anderson's out for the game. Fourth down.
All right.
Hand it off to Noble. Noble over the right side, and it looks like he's going to be short of a first down.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends on where they spot that.
That's going to be very close. Where the referee has his foot.
Yeah, really. Not going to get much closer than that. One referee's ready to go.
One referee is
negative. Yep. They held it.
Measure. They're going to give that to Amity. Takes over on downs. He needed about another 2 feet. And with a possession here that lasted 4 minutes, over 4 minutes, but nothing out of it except to take it deep into Amity's territory.
Well, that was awful close. Too bad we hadn't been able to convert that, but Amity's certainly deep in their own territory now.
John Manley wearing a 38 on the near side of the line. Amity dive up the middle and gains a couple of runs.
That was just one of those unsettled, get yourself settled down in the offense type of plays, I believe, but they did get a little bit with it.
2-yard gain. In the middle of the line are, you notice that Ryan Connolly is in the linebacker position. Frankie's been playing that nose tackle.
That's right.
Who's that playing the nose tackle? I don't even get the number yet.
Yeah.
So Hand has had to revise their scheme a little bit. Not much gain there, nothing.
Yeah, I think that was
3 yards.
Nice close out there all the way.
That's Drew. Good. Eddie Drew out there. And Drew, Mark Bergami also in on that tackle. Third and long for Amity, deep in their own territory.
Eddie Drew, I was watching because we wanted to pick up his number out there, and he did a nice job coming off and pushing back the offensive player and made the running back go a little bit more to his left than he wanted to. Watched the stride, and it was
third and long. Quarterback still got an option play coming to the near side. He's got to the 15, well short of a first down.
I don't know if it's well short.
Well, not much short, is it?
It's close.
I was looking at the wrong lines there, but that's close enough they're going to measure.
I would think so. It's his last little stutter step. He kind of really heaved his body forward, and that may have done what it'll take to get a first down. We will soon see. If not, it's not going to be by much. See if they can stretch those chains a little bit more.
Stretch them now.
First down.
He got it.
Well, that starts the big.
That was a big measurement because Hand would have gotten the ball back if it had been short. So the defensive scheme for Hand has Ed Drew playing that nose tackle, and right beside him is Matt Mason, John Manley on this side, Colin Johnson on the other. Those are the 4 men up front. Linebackers are Ryan Connolly and James Kingsley in the middle. The outside corner men for Hand are Nick McConnell, Mark Bergami. Back deep are Tim Sullivan, Andrew Naylor, and number 12 is Josh Stillwell. 11 men on defense. And Amity an option running to the left. Closes out pretty quickly.
That's something we were talking about earlier before the game started, is how the option kind of drives hand crazy a little bit. That time second keeper by the quarterback, really, and he got the first down with the first one, Kent. And this time he got a nice
almost
little
5 yards on that play. I didn't think he got that much.
Close that down.
Kingsley in on the tackle that time. Second and 5. Run up the middle. Carried forward for 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's going to be
Third.
short one, really.
Third one. Here's another third down play. The hand needs to stop if they want the ball back. We're down near 5 minutes left first quarter, no score. Amity has one man split wide right, everybody else in tight. Looks like a run right up the middle, probably. And it is up the middle, and the man is not short.
Nice job out there. Nice job.
He got just short of the 25. He needed to get to the 26.
Jimmy Kingsley was able to keep him turned to the inside on that and got a host of friends to help him up. But Hand also had Matt Mesa was keying on the quarterback. He followed the quarterback back in case he was keeping it.
This brings up fourth down, probably a punt for Amity, and they've got a strong wind behind them. We may see a long punt tonight.
Very well could.
Daryl Noble is dropping clear back to the 35.
But again, it's probably a slice off to the right.
Line of scrimmage is about the 25. It's a good snap. Really good kick.
Beautiful punt.
Good long kick. It drives Noble back to about the 28. And Noble brings it to the right side. Gets by a man or two and finally pushed out of bounds near midfield.
Doing using his track capability out there. Hurdled a couple of tackles. Did a good job, but just running out of real estate that he had any room with.
He picked that ball up at the 25 and took it back to the 48 or 49.
You know, and that had a lot of hang time for a high school punt, too. Without that kind of hang time, you know, it gives the shooter an awful good chance to get down there.
We have just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter and second possession at the 49. And that's a Noble. And Noble is stacked up, gave trouble.
He must be wearing a little grease on his clothes tonight, because boy, he slithered those 2 yards. Maybe 4 yards even.
Jeff Monroe is going to get a lot of time at fullback tonight, Frank. He and Dan Anderson usually rotate in and out.
Yeah, it's really kind of nice that last week we saw Monroe get a lot of time, even before Dan got hurt early in that third period.
And has not attempted a pass yet. There's a flag before the play gets going. I guess they just lined up in the wrong position. That's a free 5 yards.
You know, that's the hardest thing. I don't care what level football it is. It's the hardest thing for me to understand. How you can look down that line and not tell whether you're on or offside. Every 5 yards you've got a line working for you.
Frank, I was looking down the line too, and I didn't see him there.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw him put his hand right down.
You got better eyes than I have because you don't have your glasses tonight. Here's a run by Noble and a big hole. Noble breaks it through, first down and more. Woo! Woo!
That one is about 10 or 12 yards on that one.
About 10 yards it looked like on that one. First down for him.
I like it. Keep on going, guys.
About the 32.
Let's try to make these first downs on at least 3 plays. Don't worry, go to that fourth one.
Now we got Bergami at tailback and Jeff Monroe all the way so far at fullback. Ryan Milligan at control. And it's handed out to Monroe. Monroe takes it across the 30. Gains about 3.
That was good play. It was starting to work, but the block didn't quite hold that time. And it gave the linebacker the chance to come in and fill.
Ball to 29. Second and a little over 7.
Doing that Deacon Silius in there, of course, filling in.
Big 74 on the left side, left tackle. And Milligan rolling right, looking to throw his first pass. Oh, it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted across the middle, down around the 10. Tackled by Kingsley, but an interception thrown right to the defensive man that time.
There again, that pass though was being thrown into the wind, and Ryan just didn't get enough on it to get it down there. As soon as it left his hands, you could tell it was going short. Unfortunately,
that was Walby he was aiming for.
Well, you know what? I
Amity with the ball
out there.
Was it?
I think so.
Okay. Amity with the ball back at the 22 now.
Yeah, we'll have to watch for that, because maybe they'll use Walby as a decoy or something. And Brand in the far side corner.
There's a flag in Amity's backfield and cut around the side. Here's another flag. That should be two separate infractions. They're thrown at different times.
Very well could be, unless the second one was throwing at the same. It looked to me like the second judge was really looking at the same foul, but maybe just throwing it late. Okay, holding, yeah.
Both of them against Amity. They'll take the big ones.
You bet.
What was that first signal, Frank? The second one was holding.
Yeah, it looked like a motion, yeah.
Motion penalty?
Yeah, so you get the motion, which is 5, and you get the holding, which is 10. That's the right direction.
Ball's back at the 13 now.
All right, we get the light off. That's the first down, it looks like. We get the...
They will replay first down, but now it's first and 20. And we have only a minute and a half left in the first quarter. There's no score yet in this game. Dive up the middle and not much. Maybe a couple of yards.
Quick keeper.
That's Drew, number 70, on top of that tackle.
Hey, you know, it's interesting to see them try a quick quarterback keeper. That wasn't even a quarterback draw on that one. But see him pull that, they must think their hand wasn't quite setting up fast enough. Or getting set, you know, as much as they need to. Eddie True's good boy. He learns quickly out there. Matt Mesa, of course, captain Matt Mesa in the guard position. Plenty of experience.
In that corner there? 82 playing the corner?
Yeah. Time, I would think.
We noticed that number 82 is in the game. That's Jack Suppies. He's 5'10", 180-pound junior. And another penalty against Amity. Second down and over 20 to go. The ball clear back to near the 10-yard line.
Well, we like that direction, too. I mean, there it is, 25 yards. Second play. He's a sophomore, a very heavy position.
Look at pass play coming up.
Dump it short.
Green in the middle. And Monroe bringing him
Nice
down.
job.
Jeff Monroe drags his man down.
That was about 8 yards worth of pass on that, but that's not a bad call from Amity's standpoint, because hand starts looking for the pass, and they expect him to try to get it back in a big gulp.
That play ran out the first quarter, no score. And Amity has a second down coming up in about 14 or 15 yards, it looks like. We will be back shortly for quarter number 2. And they're bringing it around the near side.
Moving room out there.
Bringing it up to the 25. Tackled by 12.
Nice job by Josh out there. Again, sophomore, did a great job in the freshman team last year. This is a very significant position to be playing as a sophomore. You play safety.
But that will bring up fourth down and about 7.
Yeah, this guy.
Deep in their own territory, and now Amity has to kick into that strong breeze, right?
Exactly. Let's see how far, what kind of a drop. We got 2 men dropping here.
Daryl Noble is standing back up near the 35. Walby is up in front of him. And And that's a low kick, and Walby makes a fair catch at the 45.
My goodness.
That was a short one, and Walby made a smart play there. He probably saved 10 yards.
He really did, but it's also tricky when you figure he was going down to take that thing off the grass. That thing had skipped. It could have been a hairy, live ball out there. Whew.
And is going with the wind for the rest of this half.
Griggsy baby just helped us dodge a bullet with that little dig.
That ball only went to the 44. And with the ball back, we have no score into the second quarter.
Walby the wall banger, ready to go.
It's this time to Noble over the right side. He's looking for blocking. He didn't get much that time.
No.
Right back in the line of scrimmage.
Ryan Conley pulled out to try to take the linebacker out of it, and he did, but as Noble cut on the inside of him, defensive tackle took him. Actually, a slight loss on that.
Yeah, he lost about a foot. Rowan Noble behind Milligan. And it's handed off to Noble back on the other side. Now he's got an opening.
Uh-oh.
If he can outrun the corner.
Oh, my goodness.
And he tries a pretty good game.
Wow. Do you notice that actually he moved back a couple of steps when he was coming in there and actually ran around the player. What a job.
Gained a good 7 yards.
Gave him a good 7 on that particular one. Let's see Hand take advantage of his field position now.
They're down about 3 for him. Oh, at the 36.
Oh, look at this lineup.
Oh, trips right for a hand. Yeah. Receivers to the near side.
Including Noble and Roberts.
And up the middle
for
a first down.
Oh. Yeah, that yanks the linebackers out of there in good shape and shift everybody over to handle the trips, and not a bad play.
They brought Walby, Sullivan, and Roberts all to the far side, the near side of the field. As receivers, that scrambled the defense a little bit.
It sure did. He got them out of sync a little bit. It worked nicely with Mountain Man going through there.
Stephen Rose puts up the first down. About a 4-yard gain down to the 32. Monroe is the only man behind the quarterback. Again, 3 receivers to the flooded to the right. Walby looking for a man there.
Oh, no.
Intercepted. Aim for Walby, intercepted, brought back to the 37.
That pass is just a tad behind Greg Walby and into the hands of the safety back there. Actually pulling it partly out of the hands of Greg. Greg just didn't have enough leverage to pull it in. So there's 3 passes for him, 2 interceptions.
Ryan Connolly makes the tackle. Just got it a little out of the reach of Walby and into the hands of the defender.
And that one was short, too. So we've seen old Ryan there actually throw 2 short passes that both of them end up getting intercepted.
It is a strong wind tonight, but Hand has the wind to their back right now. Amity with the ball back, no score. Pitch to the right, and man turns the corner over there. He's being chased. Sullivan finally
got him.
Helped him with Connolly making the main tackle on
Yeah, Conlon came over from his inside linebacker position, ran him down. Showed good speed, did Ryan.
Ryan Connolly all the way to the sideline to make that tackle. First down for Amity at the 45. Back in, he's met in the backfield, but not brought down.
All there?
Gained a couple of yards. That was number 82 in there. That was Zach Suppy.
Suppy had a good shot at him, but running back as he started was Todd has been pulling his legs up and down real high and pulled right out of the tackle. Well, Zach will learn from that, though.
That play ended up gaining about a yard and a half. Amity brings a motion man. Quarterback still got it, looking to throw. Across the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of the receiver. A lot of defenders right around it.
Good positioning by Hand's defenders on that. Quarterback had an awful lot of time to throw it, so no pressure on him to speak on.
Ryan Connolly is pretty versatile. They moved him from nose tackle to a linebacker, and he was dropping clear back to recover pass on that time.
Well, you know, you see these young men in their pads and stuff, and he certainly is beefed up with the pads to play those heavy positions, but he's not that heavy. He's very wiry, very strong young man, and as we've seen already, he's got some good speed.
Probably another passing down for Amity, 3rd and about 8.
I think we can well imagine that's what's going to happen.
And the referee quiets the band again while Amity has the ball.
Amity
The
doesn't
referee
like
is talking to Richard Fasano, the band director, and says, hold it down while the other team's got the ball.
Well, you know what happens if a referee comes up to the giant side of the stadium in the Meadowlands and says, gee, will you guys be more quiet? Everything flies out of the stands.
And they get 3 times as loud, right?
Yeah, that. A little surprised. But anyway, there we go, passing down.
And run up the middle.
Got it.
Short of a first down to about the 39. They need to get to the 35.
Jimmy Kingsley, the younger out there that time, and Mountain Man did the honors.
4th down, about 4. Frank, are they far enough down to run this play? Or
I don't
kick?
think so. I don't think at this stage of the game that you want to do that.
It's early in the game, no score. They do drop a man to punt.
And they're spinning.
And doesn't quite believe it.
No, I know it. Look at that.
Dropping nobody back to receive this punt.
So maybe they're just going to let it drop.
They're going to let it roll. Oh, and
Come on, guys, go after that. Go after that.
He's going to try to get it away. He does get it away.
Let it drop. Just let it stall.
It's going to roll down at about the 38, however. Quarterback, or the kicker did a good job to even get it off.
He really did. He really did. Yeah, he got about just about a 1-yard gain on that punt. But the long snap obviously went over the head of the punter, and he did do a nice job scrambling back.
He chased that all the way back to about the 30.
But you know, you can see the hesitation on the hand line, too, down there. They couldn't believe what had happened.
That ball was centered about 6 feet out of reach of the punter. We have 7 minutes left before the half. No score in this game. Off the 38, Milligan going to keep it, and he is tackled. No gain.
Boy, oh boy, what a job slicing through by number 50 for Amity.
Stop on the play.
Man. That did transpire a little bit slowly for Hand when they started that play going, but nice job by Amity to bring him down.
Hand's offense has been very strong the first 2 games. Tonight they're having a little trouble getting it going.
Well, they get it going, and then it sputtered on him with those 2 interceptions, particularly, plus losing it on downs down deep in the other team's territory.
There goes Noble, and he's tackled in the backfield. Same man.
Same guy.
Is he a linebacker? 50.
I believe he is. Center linebacker back there, but boy, oh boy.
Loss of about 2 on that run.
What is he, a senior, or do you have any numbers on him? Can't read it. 5'10"? He really did an excellent job out there.
Number 50 is the inside linebacker for Amity, and he's made 2 very good defensive plays in a row. Milligan looking to throw. Incomplete.
Going for Kingsley.
He's aiming for Kingsley, but throws it out of reach.
Kingsley was open for a good on-target pass that time, and he had come out just about first down-wise.
4th and 12, and Hand will have the punt.
Well, as predicted by the Amity coach, Dr. Dave, defense is really...
Mike Hominick back to punt, and I don't believe they punted last week, did they?
I don't think we saw Mike out there at all doing the punting.
Halfway is Chris Gavin. A little bit low. Bobble and now booted. And it's caught right at the 25. A lot of defenders there. He's turning to the right. Josh Stillwell rides him out of bounds and near the 40.
Nice pickup by Josh out there at the back. Soupy forced him a little bit further wide. Gave Josh a chance to get out there.
So back and forth we go. Amity with the ball again. The closest to a score, Hand did have it down where? Near the 10.
About the
one
10,
time.
12-yard line and lost it on downs by just a foot. It was an awful short amount that they lost it by, but nonetheless they lost it. Yeah, I believe it was about the 12, because they could have had another first down if they had made it.
Amity with the ball back. And run to the right and a big hole.
Yeah.
About a 10-yard gain near first
Just
down.
about a first down. Little counter play on that.
That was Dan Brand, number 7, makes the tackle there.
First down, they got it.
They're not going to measure. They're going to give it to him at the 49. We're down to 5.5 minutes left before the half. This team, Frank, we don't know a lot about them, but they've won 2 games. They haven't been beaten yet.
That's right. We don't know a lot about them, but
We know they're a tough defensive team, and they're the stick right in the middle of the line. Hard hit by Kingsley.
doing a nice job. Came right in on him, took his legs up.
Inside linebacker James Kingsley filled a hole and stopped that run after 3 yards.
Pretty good execution so far for Amity, I must say.
Back to the right again, and a good run. First down and more, down to the 35.
Nice job on blocking for that misdirection.
That is a misdirection, isn't it? They send 2 men one direction and hand it off going back the other way.
Well, they're pulling the guards, bringing them along to the left side, and a little bit of a delayed handoff, and get some yardage.
Hands scheme on both sides of the ball is a little disrupted with the 2 injuries because both Kishwala and Anderson play both ways. Run to the right. Tackle is made this time by 82, Stuppies.
Yeah, and you know, to go along with what you were just saying then, was that both young men have got a lot of experience now, and when they're filling those positions, then you have to do a lot of changing around the players. Everybody's a little bit new into this varsity situation.
Ryan Connolly and James Kingsley are the inside linebackers for Hand. Second down and 6. Quarterback rolling to the right. Almost tackled, not quite. Matt Mesa had a shot at a good big loss there, but he couldn't hold him.
Kingsley got him down, but Mesa really had a shot and ducked under his arm.
That will bring up 3rd and 4 for Amity.
That would have been nice for Hand to have been able to bring that one down for a loss that time. Excuse me.
Ball at about the 29.
Well, this is definitely 2 down territory, 3rd and 4th down to make the first. You're not going to kick it from here.
That's almost the old ring tee, isn't it? Quarterback ready to throw. Now he's going to throw him
wide open.
Wide open down near the 10.
That's a touchdown.
Still going. And all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Amity. Ryan Connolly chased that play all the way to the end zone, but he couldn't make the tackle before he got there.
Couldn't quite catch up with him. That was the tight end, typical tight end play. Goes down to 10 yards, cuts across the feet between the linebackers and the safety. It was wide open there. You could see that develop very much from up here.
Amity scores first with 2:45 left in the second quarter. Conversion try by Amity.
Into the wind now.
Into the wind, that's right. A good snap, good placement, and the kick looks good.
Yeah, very authoritative.
Very good. 7-0. Amity leads Hand in the second quarter. Adam. Amity sets a kick into the wind, back to Hand. Jeremy Friedler on the near side, Daryl Noble on the far side to receive.
Don't know what the coaches are calling to Adam about. It's a low
Center picked up by Sean Manley, and he brings it
No,
back
I
to
think
47.
36, not 38.
36, okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's Brian Deacon-Sillian.
Hey, Bri, all right, man. Nice job on that. Picked up that squib kick that was kind of hooking over to the side, and then nice job bringing it up about 7 or 8 yard return on that.
That's good field position at the 47. We have about 2.5 minutes left in the half.
Let's see if Hand can crank it up.
And is behind, 7-0.
Hand does not seem real sharp right now.
And Milligan still got it, looking across the middle. First completion
Monroe.
to Jeff Monroe for about a 9-yard gain.
Okay, that looked good. That was a good pass, right on target.
But down to 45, they're going to give him about an 8-yard gain. Jeff Monroe, the receiver, out of the backfield.
And wants to try to make some moves here quickly because not a lot of time left in the half yet.
Milligan rolling to the right. He's got man after him, and he gets rid of a big pass to Walby and makes a diving catch. First down. First down, out of bounds, stop the clock.
Boy, and Milligan just got rid of that when his ankles have been taken out.
He was falling as he threw the ball.
Wow.
Another nice catch by Walby. He stretched out full length to catch the ball.
Well, that's Greg's first kick in the evening. Because everybody at this point knows how he broke the record last week for catches in a single game. He also came off a close to record for yards in a game, and we weren't even really tracking that last week. Didn't think he was getting that many, but they all added up when you had 15 catches.
First down for him, and that's Noble to the left side.
But it's just one more man now.
He can't do it.
He needs to get one more juke out there.
He needed to get around the last man on the corner.
For 35.
And that's Hand taking a timeout to stop the clock at 1:25 left. It'll bring up second down and 10. Hand took their first timeout. And 2 more. Second and 10. And they got 3 receivers to the right again. Milligan looking to the right. And
Another interception.
Wow. In front of Walby, a man cuts in front of him, makes a diving catch. Good defensive play.
Well, you've got 3 interceptions tonight already, and they're all times when the throw was going to Walby. So we were talking during one of the timeouts, at least Gabe particularly was noting that the coach was here last week, the Amity coach, and did a heck of a job scouting him because what he is using is working, and it's what worked for Fairfield Prep last week. So he learned very quickly.
They're bringing that defensive man right inside of him, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They get real close coverage on him.
Amity with the ball back, 1:20 left in the half.
They also understand what
the 33.
They also understand what the pass pattern is going to do.
Take him right and tackle behind the line of scrimmage. That looks like Mesa.
Yeah, it was.
Matt Mesa.
He wasn't going to let him get rid of it. That was the misdirection they were trying again. That time we shut it down nicely by Matt.
And is going to take another timeout to stop the clock. They want this ball back before the half. And is taking 2 timeouts. They have 1 left. We have 1:08 left on the clock. Second down for Amity and about 15, it looks like.
Wide
Going to
receiver.
the right, and the man gets about 5 yards out of it, 5 or 6. Tackled by Kingsley.
I thought they were going to send the wide receiver down on a...
We are inside of a minute left in the quarter. Probably, if this play is stopped, they'll call timeout again, won't they?
Hard to say, really, because
Clock is running. It's down to
not much you can do. Although you do have the wind with you, so maybe you can make something happen.
And they have 1 more timeout to use. 3rd and 10 for Amity. And it's run to the near side. And man's still going. He got a big gain out of it.
Conley runs
Yeah,
it down.
first down. Conley comes clear across and makes the tackle.
Beautiful job. First down.
That's going to give him a first down. And will not use that timeout now.
Well, 20 seconds. Hand's got to keep it. Can't let it down. That had the markings are going a long ways on that particular play.
Are you going to measure this thing? I believe they are. First they took a first down, and now they're going to measure.
Boy, our chain man already moved it. What is this?
Somebody must have kept a spot over there.
Yeah.
Otherwise they wouldn't know where to bring it because they signaled first down.
Real veteran men on the flags down there, too.
And here comes Charlie Gabauer one more time across the field with a flag.
Chip Frey.
And Chip Frey at the other end of it. That's right.
They're as old as the grass on this field.
That's going to give them a first down by half of the length of the ball. First down, we have 20 seconds left in the half. Ball's at the 43. Now the clock is wound up. Amity doesn't appear to be in much of a hurry.
No. They'll just soon go. They don't want to.
This will probably be the last play of the half.
Take a knee even, probably.
No, they're going to run to the right. And wrapped up by Kingsley. Kingsley and Manley make the tackle, which runs out the half. We have one score in the first half of this game. Amity has it 7-0. And Frank Hand probably dominated the time of possession in the first downs, but they gave up a big pass play.
They gave up a big pass play on defense, and they gave up the ball 3 times on turnovers for interceptions, which of course is the real big number. Twice down in enemy territory that way, and they also turned it over in downs the very first possession deep in Amity's. Amity trying to set a wedge up the center. Nicely. First hit out there was by Borgami. And then a host of his friends out there, which included...
Stillwell was out there also,
yeah, there you go. Stillwell, Manley. Well, a whole lot of them anyway, other than that. Terrific. All right, Hand has got to set it up here. Try to get that ball back very quickly here so they can take advantage of wind. As you can see, right now, Hand is going to have the wind in their face during the fourth period. So, Hand behind 7-0. Amity, Spartans on offense. Hands up close looking for a rush. And they've got it wide over here to the left side. Picked up quickly. Long first down. Wow.
That was a good play, Frank. That was a counter play brought down by, I believe it was 22, Mark Borgami.
Mark Borgami, right. And he really did a job getting out there to pull that down because that had touchdown written all over it. I think it was a play that really had Hand thrown.
We were talking at halftime, and Coach of Amity was here last week scouting the Amity-Fairfield game, and you could see some similarities, and we'll get back after this play.
All right, Matt Mace, the ball's down. Okay, recovered by the ball. Hand's got it. It was still alive. Hand, Matt Mason caused the fumble. Looks like Nicky Riccano or Manley or Nelson. Huh? Nelson did it. All right, what a great job by the guys. Hand very much needed that.
They needed a boost. They seem to be a little bit flat. And this just might be what they need to come down with 11:15 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, that was we saw co-captain Matt Mason get through there and pick that off. Caused that fumble. All right, Milligan gets ready. Monroe and Noble back. Milligan holds on the keeper. Takes it for it, only 3 or 4 yards. He almost had that thing open up for him out there, but he was run down from behind.
Amity's getting good penetration.
They really are. And they're going to get 1 or 2 guys, but what they're doing is picking the gap and coming through it. Hands ready. Now Milligan. Walby right and Sullivan on the left. Excuse me. Okay. Noble gets himself going out there. He got up there about 4 or 5 yards, I guess. Off almost had that broken too, but he gets out there and there was nobody else to help him, and white jerseys ran him down.
Ken Barnett made the tackle for Amity. He's a 5'10", 180-pound junior. He's also the starting fullback on offense.
Now he's got some speed then, as we can see from that, and he did to run down Noble. All right, again, Milligan. Monroe and Borgami, backfield. Far side, Sullivan. Okay, up to... Oh. I don't know if Monroe got it. He's going to depend on the spot. I think he's going to be about two feet shy of that first down.
Are they going to measure on this one? Yes, they are. It's going to be close.
Yeah, Matt DeConcilius did a nice job trying to move that pile before it had quite stalled out. Big Matt trying to move the pile.
They're calling for the stick, so I think they might be just a little bit short.
I think so too, but you might see a sneak by Milligan if that's the case. We have... Whoa! It can't get much closer than that.
Got just a few inches, that's it. A couple of chain links.
I think that it's gotten a little colder, so they must have... it's still warm enough so it didn't contract. Wow. I'll tell you, that is close. All right, it's going to be an interesting call by the coach. Does he want it to be a QB or power eye, or what are we going to see coming out of here? Chad Taylor moves forward to get that pigskin. And Mason. Ryan Carney got a power eye to the left. Should have been offsides, I think. Should be enough right there with Borgami. The surge of the offensive line moved forward about 3 yards.
There wasn't much there, but he just got enough. He just had to get the nose of the football just to the 25.
Yeah, it did. It got what they needed. So first and 10 from the 25 for Daniel Hand. Hopefully on the way in. We got Matt DeConcilius coming over for tackle over here, and tight end right this time. Noble picks the ball up, and a strike goes right, goes to the right side. Moves ahead, breaks the tackle, breaks another one. Forward, dragged down. That's the 10-yard line. So it's another first down for Daniel Hand. And Noble did a beautiful job. He gets some good blocking, but he also did a lot on his own. Did the Noble one.
There's Amity's fullback again, Ken Barnett, running him down to make the tackle once again.
Well, going both ways, maybe he'll be a tired puppy, but young men like this are pretty good conditioning. So, okay, first down, and yes, there's an opportunity to get another one, but it might as well call it goal to go. Far side is Walby and Roberts. Noble! The Noble one takes another 6 yards off the meter out there, and we've got about... It's going to be third down and 4 yards to go, I'd say.
Hand is getting good line surge on this series of plays versus the first half, because now the Amity backers are making the tackles, and when the backers start making the tackles, you know you're getting good surge and pushing the defensive line back.
Exactly, and a piece of the key to that is when the tight end is able to go in and kind of do a hook block and take out the defensive tackle. Oops. In motion. Hand takes. Want to make it. Yes, Noble. Touchdown for Daniel Hand. Same thing as you were just saying on that, Gabe. Hand was able to seal off that side enough to give enough of an angle for the Noble to head for that corner flag and make it in. Again, play was right, play was right, play was right.
7-6 with 8:11 to go in the third, and Wallaby will try the extra point.
Wow, 31. That's probably going to... We do a quick calculation, but Humble may be over 100 yards for the game. Okay, ball's up, and it looks good. A lot of authority on that one. So Daniel Hand takes over off that fumble, is able to capitalize, getting all the way down the field from, let's see, that fumble's about the 45-yard line, if I remember right, Gabe.
That's what actually the spark that Ian needed. They seem to be a little bit flat, and recovering that fumble. Now we're going to tie score 7-7, and getting back to what we were talking about at halftime while the band was playing. Coach Len Marazzi was here. He was saying that when he said to me earlier in the week that if he can keep the score close, he said Hand is a very potent offense, and they're going to score. He said if we can keep the game in check, it could be anybody's ball game. And here we are, 8-11, third quarter, scores tied, 7-7.
And getting ready for Hand to kick off now. 8 minutes, 11 seconds showing on the clock. And kicking with the wind to the back. And coming across the field slightly here will be Greg Walby from the far hash mark. And he goes, and he puts the boot into it, goes streaking long above the 10-yard line again. Gets down there, trying to set up a wall on the far right side. Knocked out of bounds. Walby also was in strong pursuit down there, helped knocking the runner out of bounds that
Along
time.
with Mark Bergami, he was there also.
Mark Bergami coming down in a scatting back position, as he can well do. Okay, Hand's defense wants to hold again. Good field position, all 35. Ryan Connolly is back in no time. Oh my goodness. Another good pickup by Kent Sprague here. Ryan Connolly back at nose tackle. And who are we seeing in his linebacker position?
We got Tinsley out there.
My goodness. So Garmy's in, yeah, we'll have to do some rundown on that. Dan Brand, excuse me. Picked up nicely by Manley.
Ryan Conley just got right in the middle of the hole and disturbed the whole play.
He's flailed around. Yeah. The running back had to bounce off him, went a little bit to the right side, and was taken down by Sean Manley.
You know, you fill the gaps, and you take up a lot of room. There's no hole there. You don't have to physically make the tackle. You just have to fill the hole.
And traditionally plays a 4-4 on defense out here. Has done it for years. There you go. Ryan Conley back at the nose, right over the ball. Going to try to stuff that run, change direction in the play. Going back to quarterback. He's looking to pass. Does he have openings? Bang! Nice job. The pass was complete, but Kingsley and Josh Stillwell did a nice job bringing him down. It's going to be third down in short yardage, about 1.5 maybe out there.
Luke Martin had plenty of time to throw that ball. Amity moved the pocket to his left, and his receiver was it was short pass, about 8 yards or so. A very conservative pass. Don't forget they're going into a stiff wind.
Right, very, very conservative. Came again down to the Andy Elting on linebacker. Coach has had to do a lot of changing around here. B.J. Naylor on this corner. He's got a lot of players up there trying to stuff that run. They got him on a throwing for a loss again. The whole, only 2 black jerseys are down in that pile up down there. And there's 2 black jerseys because they were staying at home. Nice job. All right, fourth down with a slight loss on that particular play by maybe half a yard. So fourth down and 2 yards to go. The Spartans are going to give the ball up and hope their defense can take over again, as they did very well during the first half of play here. His hand tries to rush it. Remember, we had a high snap on the long snap earlier on in the game. Nope, this is right down. Ball is up. Noble is going to, goes out of bounds. Takes the right angle for the field of play. Goes out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So, Hand will be taking over for offense with 5 minutes, 41 seconds to play in this third period right here. Ryan Milligan takes the field. Colin Johnson's out there. Kingsley, of course, at tight end. Chad Taylor will be picking the pigskin up. Walby goes far left. Johnson's a slot position. Back. Noble and Mountain Man, excuse me. Noble picks it wide. He's got a little bit of room. Nice bob and weave. Goes down at about 37-yard line for maybe a 7-8 yard gain on that.
Sophomore Paul Ciccone made the tackle. He's, Amity plays a lot of sophomores. They're a relatively young ball club. Their defensive line is mostly seniors, except for their starting the left tackle, who's a sophomore.
Well, actually, if we were starting to look at Hand's team, we got a pretty young team as well, but not on purpose. It has to be that way with the injuries that are out. Okay, Mountain Man Monroe comes forward for the first down, about a 3.5, 4-yard carry out there.
Todd Francis with the big pop on Monroe. Put his shoulder down, and he met him, but Monroe got the first down.
Monroe covering up the ball very well going in there. Bogami comes in. Ryan sets up the play. Ryan Conley, Ryan Milligan. Ryan Conley on tackle, right side. Chad Taylor addresses the ball. Conley and Mesa this side. Tight end on the right-hand side. Slot still is Johnson. Quick slant play to Walby for about a 5 or 6 yard reverse slant really on that play for a completion. It'll be second down and 4 yards to go. And trying to mix it up a little bit.
That's Ryan's third completion of the ball game. He's having a tough time this week. Last week against Fairfield Prep, Wallaby caught 15 passes, but tonight it's a little bit different story.
Last week was surprising the game plan, and this year not so much. There goes my man, the Noble one. Another first down. Picked up about 15 yards maybe on that, Kent. 14. Nice job, though. 12 yards. All right.
Frank, the head coach of Amity told me during the week that he thought that Ryan Milligan, if he continues to play as well as he has been playing, he could contend for all-state quarterback. And he was very impressed with his performance last week.
Ryan certainly has the tools. Okay, handoff this time again to Noble. He takes it wide. He's going to run into trouble. He starts trying to make something happen on that, but wasn't anything there, so Daryl may have been able to pick up only 1 or 2 yards. He wanted to make it much bigger than that.
The right defensive end, Sean Martin, made the tackle. He's a senior. He's 5'10", 190 pounds. He's one of the smaller guys on the defensive line.
Okay, Milligan gets ready. The sultry Sullivan goes the far left side. And Wallbanger Walby's in here on the right-hand side. And Monroe and Noble. And Ryan sets up. Oh, it's another interception. On the far side, he's got to run it down. Milligan's after him, wants to take him out himself. He's got him. Milligan makes the tackle on the 4th interception of the night.
That was safety Todd Francis, his senior, and he's with control on that secondary for Amity. And it seems like I don't know if, and I can't pick it up, but I don't know if Hand is telegraphing something of where they're going to be throwing the ball, because that's their 4th interception.
4th interception, and it wasn't even a contest. It was really right in the hands. Again, short pass, I believe. I think Ryan's just really kind of going short with his pass. Maybe he just doesn't have the energy or something on it. All right, hand back on defense. A very quick turnover that time. Another counter play.
Finally on the tackle, and there is a penalty down.
Usually that's coming from a point where you're going to see a clipping or a block from behind, which certainly would work in Hand's favor. Take a look at what we see. Trip.
Officials are talking it over. They're talking to Captain Matt Mesa. So it looks like the penalty will be against Amity Heights.
Looks to me like a clip. And here they walk it off. So it'll be first down again. There was tripping, yes. That was the signal he was giving, so...
Should be a first and about
25.
25?
Yeah, just about.
2:42 left to go in the third quarter.
From the Amity, just over the 45-yard line. They're going to go in the air a little bit, I think. They've had some success coming across the center. Their Hand reads it. The Hand puts a little pressure on this time. They think, dump a pass over the center, and it's going to go all the way.
That's Todd Francis. Once again, he's made a lot of big plays both on offense and defense.
He sure has. And Sullivan was chasing him down, just didn't have enough left to get him on that pass play. And, you know, on that pass play, Hand had a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, not a lot. And Amity threw it right in the middle of a whole lot of white shirts. He had plenty of help out there where they threw that thing.
I think that was the design play to let the defensive line come in, and it's just a short pass. Don't forget, you can't throw too long into this wind, so everything has to be short.
Okay, so Amity gets on the board with the second touchdown of the evening, and they're getting ready to kick right into the teeth of the wind. And charges up and no good. All right. And did have some pressure on that there, but I don't think it really got up in the air enough for the wind to take an effect on it, but nonetheless, hands behind right now with 2:15 remaining in the third period, 15-7. Ball is set up on the tee out there and back to receive. See if we have another short one. Last time we saw Brian Dickens get a short, and it's another short kick. Right in the hand. Going to be on the 41-yard line. Picked up that time by, again, it was Brian Deacon.
Wasn't what you could do there, kicking into the wind. They just, kick it short, and it's got good field position.
The way they were kicking it, too, you kick it up there, it might catch somebody inadvertently and be a live ball. Of course it is anyway once it's run 10 yards. Right, and it's got to take advantage of this possession. And gets ready. Milligan. Hands it off to Monroe. He's got 3 yards and has dropped down at about 45 and a fraction. Ball was dead.
He faked the toss to Noble and handed the ball off inside to Monroe and picked up a few yards. 1 minute and 52 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Mullen Johnson coming out. Taking the flanker right out here is Sullivan. Walby far side. Monroe and Noble in the backfield. Milligan off to Noble. Noble goes up. He doesn't get much, maybe a yard or two. So the defense is pretty stiff out there right now. For
the momentum has changed. Amity is up. And has to fight back. Trail in the ball game, 13-7. And right now, this is a big play for him.
It certainly is. Third down. 3rd and 6. And wants to get this thing down and get a first down if possible. And needs to get a score and subsequent. No good to Sullivan. Pass came in.
Todd Francis once again. It seems like he has a radar for the ball. He's always around the ball.
He sure has a nose where he's quick out there too. Well, he's going to have to give it up on downs. With a punt on the 4th down here. Hominick's in to those scores. He'll be punting with the wind to the right side.
Punting with the wind. It's a good punt. It gets back into the own end zone. Territory.
That's pretty good. Get a nice jump. It's down there. Good distance. Going to take a bounce. All right. And it's down. So it's going to be the 20-yard line right now. Amity taking the ball over with a 13 score in their favor. 7 for Daniel Hand. 41 seconds left in this third period, excuse me. And then when they change fields, Amity's going to have the wind at their back.
You think this game is going to go down to the wire like it did last week?
And the week before, yes. So Daniel Hand, 3rd game of the season. And it's a rough one. All 3 weeks have been tough and hard. There's Borgami in there. Linebacker. Hand is everything tight. And it's going to go again. Left side. Brought down. Manley. Look to me and Ricano.
There was Mike Naylor, his senior. He's one of the smaller guys. 5'6", 135 pounds.
He is small. He's been getting the ball a lot going to that side. They've been trying to go right an awful lot.
Maybe in the 4th quarter, late in the 4th quarter, we should do our imitation of Dave Johnson, like the third at the top of stretch, like coming down to the wire.
That may be. That may do. The quarter, yes, they're going to let the quarter run down. Change it, get the wind in their favor. Awful lot of tactics being played in this game by the Amity coach. He's done a nice job in his scouting of hand last week. And so we'll take a break here at the quarter game. Tightrope.
We begin the fourth quarter. This is Kent Sprague back again with Frank Curto. Ball Sprague on the camera. Thanks to Gabe Balsamo in the third quarter. Quarterback being chased. And incomplete pass.
He wasn't throwing it away, but he didn't care if he did that time because he was so far in the backfield that time. So third down right now, Ken, with about 9 yards to go. Less than 12 minutes.
Third and 9. And is into the wind for the fourth quarter.
Okay, looking out here, Manley's in there.
And has had two problems in this game, Frank. Interceptions and big plays against them.
Big plays,
Two big plays against them.
We're looking at quite a different team down there on the field right now, Ken, than we've seen in the past.
Third down, passing play, and the quarterback is passing right as he catches. He gets rid of it. That was Mark Bergami in on the quarterback. Quarterback stumbled a little bit, threw it out in no man's land.
Yeah, he got, Bergami got taken down the way he should have been taken down, but he scrambled nicely, came back and forced that quarterback into a bad throw. And even at that, it was almost picked off by Josh Stillwell. So,
fourth down for Amity, fourth and about 11. Ball to the 21, drops deep to retrieve for hand is Monroe. And this kid looks like he's a pretty good punter. If he gets it up in the wind, he may get a long one.
Yeah, he might. He might. Because last time he punted, had a kind of a
good snap.
shank on it.
Low kick. Take a bounce. Noble gets away from it. Lets it roll to the 35.
Right on the V. It was bouncing. Had some weird bouncing going on there. So Daryl thought better of picking it up, although you could tell he wanted to. Use his head.
A 45-yard kick from the line of scrimmage, so good kick by Amity. And trailing by 6 points, now has to come back in the fourth quarter.
And has really got to take advantage of it now and has to have everything clicking out there. Okay, Daryl Noble is in the backfield right now.
Ryan Milligan hands it off to Daryl Noble, who's swinging to the near side. Man on both tackles in, but he gets a good 5-yard gain.
That should be his 20th carry on the evening, and he had 112 yards coming into that carry, so close to 120 yards on the evening for Daryl.
Gain about 6 where they started it at the 41. Noble off for this play, Bergami in the tailback. Still got it around the right side. He's going to carry. He's got a hole. Push down and more. Push out of bounds.
All the way. He did anyway. He went out and took the first down nice and handily. That's 10 yards.
Take it to the 45. Just go to the 45.
The end of the spark kick right now.
We're early in the fourth quarter, and Hand is trailing 13-7.
And he's got to keep this momentum going.
And with two receivers to the near side, run right up the middle by Bergami. Spins off of one man, but he gains about 4. Now they're going to give him close to 5 yards on that. We don't have all the statistics, Frank, but I'm sure the time of possession and the number of first downs is in Hand's favor, but they turned it over 4 times.
You get a long drive and then turn it over in a touchdown. That's a tough one.
That was run by Daryl Noble, short yardage.
And you get the couple. And fool anybody with that particular. Let's see if we have any new changes out there in the line for Hand. Colin Johnson going again. Davis out there.
Yes, Taylor, all the way at center. Ryan Milligan, the quarterback. Third down for him. And here comes Noble. Got the first down. Near the 30. Daryl Noble cuts it back. Big number 74 was blocking clear down in front of him there. That's Matt Deaconcilius.
That's a nice kickoff coming out of it. He did a nice shot. It's a big ball. But he showed some speed that time. Like seeing that, Matt, baby. He's playing the guys inside in there.
Ball just short of the 30. Another first down for him. Run up the middle by Jeff Monroe. Carries it forward for close to 5.
That was a hard punishing yards right there. Punishes everybody like that.
Deaconcilius and Kingsley were blocking in front of that run. Andy Elding is the left guard. Matt Deaconcilius, the left tackle. Run up the middle by Monroe again and breaks the tackle. Got a first down across the 20.
Real tight. Nice blocking that time. Open it up and get into the secondary a little bit.
First down for Hand at the 19.
Another step or two and he's going to broke it.
Sullivan brings in a play. Roberts out for this play. On the right side of the line are Matt Mesa, Ryan Connolly, and James Kingsley. And there goes Noble. Breaks through, breaks the tackle. Good game. Gain about 7 maybe.
Caught by the short sleeve. Nice job by the Noble one.
About a 7-yard gain by Daryl Noble. 2nd and 3 at the 12. There are 8 minutes left in the game.
Noble really picking up the game down.
And Hand is grinding it out against Amity now. Here comes Noble back to this side, breaks the tackle, flips one, flips another one. He's going down. Close to the got it. Beautiful run by Daryl Noble. 12 yards, zigging and zagging.
You wouldn't think that young man could do that sort of action, but he did. A little bit of a limp on him, but man trying to tackle him is down, so Daryl's in trouble coming on. I think he banged up pretty hard. But he fought that all the way. Nice job.
There was a major collision right at the goal line, and Daryl Noble won the battle and took it into the end zone, but he's a little bit shaken, and the Amity man's still down in the end zone. Whew. And another big touchdown. We'll take a break in the action for the injury timeout to an Amity player before the conversion try. The Amity tackler was helped off the field after that touchdown run by Daryl Noble, and the big conversion try by Greg Walby here that'll put Hand ahead by 1 if he makes it.
Chris Gavin doing a long snap.
Gavin moves it back and...
Yes! Yes!
Greg Walby! Chris Gavin, a good snap. Scott Roberts put it down, and Greg Walby takes it through.
It was a nice snap by long snapper Chris Gavin up there. And it was beautifully placed and up and in. Oh, we love it. Nice.
We do have an injured Amity player on that conversion. So we will have another quick break in the action here for an injury timeout. Hand has taken the lead with 7:38 left in the fourth quarter, 14-13, and we'll kick off back to Amity. The Amity man that was hurt didn't walk off the field. The low bouncer by Walby picked up at the 18 and hit Snowdowner back there at about the 27.
Okay, not bad by Hand. Only allowed him to about the 25-26. Hand play it down.
And Hand has got a man down. I don't see who it is yet, but we will take another break here for an injury timeout to a hand player. The injured player for hand was Mark Bergami, but he did walk off the field on his own.
Yeah, he did. Another wind knocked out of him, probably. Okay.
Amity with the ball, first down at about the 27. Quarterback, keeper, and he's knocked down and carries it across the 30 to about the 32.
Nice pickup. Kingsley got in on that. Slid off the block and took him down.
About a 5-yard gain for the quarterback keeper on the option. And has got several new players in the game. Number 14, Hunter Morris, is in the game. Checking the far corner. DJ Naylor is over there. Tim Sullivan on this side. Breaks the tackle. And it's still going. This game got a first down.
Stillwell brought him down, but he had to chase him all the way from the safety position.
Andy Elphick and Josh Stillwell in on the tackle, but a first down for Amity, number the 43.
Yeah, some pretty good blocking came off of that by Amity.
Hunter Morris and Cullen Johnson out for this play. Bergami is right back in the game, Frank, so finally just got the wind knocked out.
Trying to keep him down. Okay, coming
right
this side.
turn, cut back, not much there.
Yeah,
Matt Mesa.
Matt Mesa able to reach up and get him. Ricano stuck himself in there, wrestling. Ricano did a great job.
And Nick Ricano on the bottom of the tackle. He's on the bottom a lot.
He loves it. He loves it down there. Stick around, you know, he probably is able to do some little beach poetry when he's under the bottom of that pile, I'm sure.
Did he go for a pin down there?
He goes for a pin, all right.
About a 1-yard gain, just short of the 45.
Nice job.
We got a hand on that one.
It looked like it was in the center there. I wanted to say it was...
Might have been Colin Johnson.
It might have been Colin, yeah.
In the area.
But he did a tap up on that. Josh Stillwell almost had a chance for a pick-off himself on that. But he was concentrating down on the runner and didn't see the ball coming at him, I don't think. But it was
I'd like to see a defensive man bat that ball up in the air because there are more defensive people behind him.
You bet. It can work.
Third and long for Amity. They need to stop this one.
Man's going to try hard, you bet.
Amity with one man split to the right. Now they're looking to throw. Throwing across the middle, wide open, complete pass, first down.
He was wide open, too. Handwood didn't have a player within 3 or 4 yards of him. And they in zone back there. Bergami almost able to build his way back in there and pressure the quarterback, but it was designed to be a short pass play like that.
First down for Amity at the 42, so they pick up third down play.
Really needs to stiffen up.
And the quarterback still got it. He's cutting back and nothing there. He'll be stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
And a little delay, almost a draw play for the quarterback when he does that a lot of times, but...
He went into Connolly and Ricano.
Yeah, that combination, you're not going to get far.
Off the yard. We're at 5 minutes left in this game. Hand has a 1-point lead, but Amity is moving the ball. Quarterback back looking to throw across the middle.
Nice interception.
Josh intercepted by Hand.
Josh Stillwell.
Josh Stillwell.
All right, Josh, baby.
And get the ball back. They needed a big turnover.
They did. They really needed that turnover. And Josh has been close. Almost had an interception first half. Almost had one a couple plays ago. That time he was standing right in the right place and took it out. He also got a couple yards on a bringback on it, too, so...
Josh Stillwell gets the ball back for Hand and stops Amity's drive.
I hope that can charge him up.
To control the ball for a little over 4.5 minutes. Nice formation. Hand it off this time to Monroe, and he's got a pretty good hole.
About 4 on that.
4 or 5.
Now they'll be trying to tackle that ball. Jeff Monroe. Mountain Man Monroe has been able to do a nice job.
Gained almost 5 yards on first down.
Hand needs to get it down the field away so they get out of dangerous territory.
We'll keep an eye on the blocking here, Frank, because Hand probably is going to keep it on the ground. Here comes Noble, a big hole, first down.
First down.
Across the 40.
All right, that's going to give, it should probably take Daryl up over 150, shouldn't it there, Gage? 148. How about 25, 26 carries, including the touchdown?
First down for Hand at about the 42. We're inside of 4 minutes left in the game.
However, those running backs get a lot of help from their friends. They do a lot on their own, but
Conley and Mace there blocking on the right side. And off to Noble again, and he didn't get anything that time.
well, that didn't develop at all. Second down. Oh, man. Timeout, Amity.
Amity takes a timeout. So Amity takes a timeout with 3:25 left in the game. Second half for Hand. And the ball is at about the 42. Second and 10 for Hand after the timeout by Amity. And Milligan rolls. He's got a lot of room to run. With a good block by Jeff Monroe. And down the sideline, out of bounds at about the 23.
All right. Boy, that was wide open.
That's wide open. The blockers on the left side of that line were Matt Deacon, Sillius, and Andy Elding cleaned out. And Jeff Monroe made a beautiful block there.
Certainly did, but it's a good fake also. The thing that Amity was all stuck on was him going up to the right again with Daryl Noble. So they really were key to that side. By coming this way, opened it up very well, and that block by Monroe really shook him loose for another 15 yards.
Oh, about the 23. First down for him. Handed off to Monroe up the middle, and good game by Monroe on first down. He gained probably 7.
We knew 2 years ago that Jeff Monroe has a lot of capability playing in the freshman team. Didn't get a lot of carries last year, except for JV ball.
They gave him 6 yards on that run. Ball spotted is about the 17. We're inside of 3 minutes left in the game. Handed off to Monroe again. Monroe across the 15. Short of a first down.
He's going to be third down and a couple left. Short couple, really.
We have
Another
break
timeout.
here. What is second timeout by Amity. So Amity's used 2 of their 3 timeouts in the second half. And we'll have a third down coming up in about 2. The ball is just inside the 15, about 14. Amity just used their second timeout of the second half, and has a third and 2 at the 14. Tight formation, everybody's in close.
All right.
And they're giving it to Daryl Noble, piles into the pile. And that's going to be close.
It is going to be close. You see, that was the power eye again, and usually they take that to the right side, went left, but depending on the spot.
Where they spotted it, he should have it. I'm not sure.
Everybody's sitting. I can't tell myself.
I can't tell where to put the ball
I
on.
don't know. They got it
They're
up.
going to measure it, Frank.
I don't know. I don't think that was a real good spot myself.
It was hard to tell how far he got because there was nothing but a pile there.
That's right. And that's what's tough to start when you're down there, too. Where do you call it when you're the ref? You got it.
He's got it.
Boy.
Got about a full yard.
They were being conservative on that, weren't they? You would have thought they could have eyeballed it better than that.
That gives Hand a first down at the 12.
Hey, Daryl Noble,
The clock is down to 2:26.
the last time out, it looks like Amity just took. They just took their last time out, and Daryl Noble just passed unofficially the 150-yard mark for the game. And Jeff Monroe, Dave just told me, is just 38 yards on the night. 38 hard yards. Well, very necessary.
You're right. Amity did take their third timeout, didn't they?
They sure did.
So Amity calls a timeout. I'm not sure why they called it there. because that gives them no more chances to stop the clock. Hand will keep that ball on the ground, keep the clock going if they can.
Now what the coach may be doing is saying, hey, they don't do me any good to take them in the locker room either. If I can stop this touchdown, I can win over the field goal even. You know, I mean, I have a short field left, is maybe what they're thinking, and they get the wind at their back. The field goal first kicker, the place kicker, although he missed one, he was very authoritative in the one he did make. So maybe that's what he's doing. So let's stop him. Let's not allow the touchdown. And then we've got a short field. Maybe we're going to have a 70-yard field or something like that.
And the ball carriers need to put both arms around that ball now because Amity will be tackling the ball.
They sure do.
Nice formation again. Everybody in close. Power eye.
Hand doesn't want to play for the time. They want to play for the
off to Monroe. Monroe tips it forward to about the 9.
Yeah, they want to play it for the touchdown. And can make another first down.
Amity cannot stop the clock anymore. We're down to 2:15 and running.
Hand will milk this as much as they can, but they still want to get into touchdown.
Yeah, if they don't make it, Amity still has a chance to get the ball back.
You bet. Even though it's gotten kind of brisk and cool down here tonight, we haven't felt it too much. The excitement yet.
Second down at about 7 for Hand. Another power eye run this time by Daryl Noble. And he takes it to about the 6, it looks like.
It's a 6, so it'll be.
We're down to a minute and a half left.
We're down in about 5 yards for a first down, 6.5 yards for a touchdown. I'd say this time it's going to be Monroe's opportunity to carry the ball. Bogami's coming in.
Bogami's bringing a play in for Milligan.
Daryl Noble deserves the rest.
Can get a first down at about the 1.5. Monroe's going to the right, and he's going to be short of a first down, it looks like, and he'll bring up 4th down. 4th and about 1.
Yeah, about
1.5 maybe.
Good strong yard for sure out there.
Ball is about the 3. We might call it a 4th down play coming up. The clock is running us down to 45 seconds left in the game. Hand is ahead by 1 point. They can put this game away if they can get the first down here. Big play, both sides. We got a half a minute left.
Surprised it's not a power eye again.
Hand it off to Monroe. Monroe goes forward.
He has a first down, I think.
He's going to be very close to a first down. If he doesn't get it, Amity only has 21 seconds left on the clock.
So they'll be Hail Marrying it. Going to measure. On a measure.
That will be a measurement. I didn't see what kind of a spot he got. He went forward a little bit, then got bent backward.
I don't think he got enough. I'm looking at where you're... Looking at where the extra point set. Wow! Yes! Yes!
Down for him.
Yes! Oh!
21 seconds on the clock, and I doubt if they'll even try to score here, Frank. He only needs one play to kill the clock.
Right. I don't know. Numbers mean a lot. They can kill it with just one knee. Matter of fact, they don't even need the knee, I don't think.
Maybe they don't need to snap the ball here. The clock is running. The referee started.
That's almost justice with that first down by inches.
10 seconds. Do they need to snap it, or they may take a penalty if it does?
Yeah, they can always take a penalty.
We're down to 2, 1. There's the ball game.
All right.
The clock runs out before they have to run that last play.
By your nose.
14-13 against Amity. The first game ever against Amity. Frank, it's hard to win a game when you're behind, when you turn the ball over on 4 interceptions. But Hand did it.
Yeah, and those 4 interceptions mean absolutely nothing now, except it's a learning curve for Mr. Milligan down there. And it's a win. They got some numbers here.
Okay, we got that Daryl Noble carried the ball 28 times for 153 yards by our count. Jeff Monroe 13 carried for 44 yards, so Jeff Monroe and Daryl Noble kept it on the ground, kept the clock running there when they needed it. Ed Milligan had a big run.
That's right. So with a win, next week we go on to Hamden. We're going to try to have do some down-in-the-field interviews tonight. So, Kent, what do you say? Next week in Hamden is what we'll be into.
We'll wrap it up the next week. It's at Hamden, a Saturday afternoon game, 1:30 in the afternoon, I believe it is, Frank and Hamden. We'll wrap it up right here. Right now, this is Kent Sprague with Frank Kurdoff and Gabe Balsamo. Paul Sprague on the camera at the end. Steve Mansell. Our final score from Strong Field is Daniel Hand 14, Amity 13. Good night from the field.
Yeah, well, gentlemen, we're going to give you a little interview here with Daryl the Noble. And we call him the Noble one as you're on number 34 doing the tailbacking chores and run back of kicks. Daryl, pretty heavy night out there tonight. You want to give us a little description of how you felt out there?
Yeah, in the beginning I felt, I don't know, we had a lot of turnovers and stuff, and we just had to get it. We just had to get the first down and stuff. But the second half, we talked in the room over there, and we just fired out, and we had to think what we had to do. So we took it out in the field and did what we had to do.
Super. Tell us about the touchdown a little bit there, Daryl. You really had to make that on your own a few tackle breaks out there and things. What were you seeing? What were you thinking as you went for that touchdown?
Well, I had to give it all. I had to give it all. That's it. Just one run. That's it. I saw the end zone and I had to give it all. I didn't care if I was going to get hit or nothing. So I gave it all in that
You
one.
didn't make it by much from what we could see, right?
Yep.
Just enough was hit that chalk.
I thought I was falling down, but I keep it up.
That's a great one. Super, Daryl. Well, look, we had you for about 153 yards on that, so it was a real good night for you.
Yeah, that's so far this season.
That's great. Well, look, we want to thank you very much and congratulations, Mr. Senior,
Thank you.
on a great job. Okay,
right,
take care, Daryl. We're going to give you a good look at the King Conley here, as we call him now, up in the booth. And this is Ryan Conley, number 64. Ryan, you are all over that field tonight playing different positions.
Thank you.
Can you talk to us a little bit about it?
Well, they have me playing linebacker, but I don't know what happened, so I moved back down to the nose tackle position.
Do you have a preference yourself without the coaches knowing it?
Well, I like playing linebacker, but I still kind of shaky on all the the rules and such. I'm more comfortable with the nose tackle.
Okay, that's natural because you haven't been there that much in linebacker, right?
First time.
Okay, what were you thinking near the end? You were really holding down that when you did get up there to the nose tackle position. Any comments on the way they were playing against you?
I don't know. It was pretty straightforward, the offense.
Well, senior year, you're really looking good out there.
Thank you.
And we hope to see an awful lot more of you taking down the other player out there, Ryan.
Thank you.
Offense is looking awful good. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in offense?
Well, I don't know what to say. It seems like we got our act together at the end there. But I don't know.
I've got to agree with that. It really looked much more crisp in the fourth period particularly. Things looked to us a little bit lackadaisical in the first half. Once we lost that first, let's say the first time we went down and lost it on downs because didn't make that first down. So what do you think? What do you think of the rest of the season here, Ryan?
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Take it one game at a time. I'm not going to make any predictions.
No, that's the way to do it, is take it one game at a time and one play at a time for that matter.
That's right.
Okay. Well, look, Ryan, thanks an awful lot, and congratulations on that dynamite game. Ryan Milligan, and Ryan's number 11, the quarterback here. Ryan, interesting game out there tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what can you tell us? You ran very, very well out there tonight. Can you give us an idea? Particularly, you brought it down near the end and got a pretty good run going. What did you see as you were making that run?
Well, I saw the pursuit coming. I thought I was going to break it, but they have some fast guys, and the pursuit was coming sideways. I was thinking about cutting it in, but I saw the guy, and I said, nah, I better run out of bounds.
Did you happen to see the block that Monroe gave you?
Oh, yeah. I owed all to the line and the backs blocking it. Couldn't have done it without him. We all pulled together as a team, and that's why we won.
You didn't get taken down very much in the backfield tonight. You seemed like they were giving you some pretty good protection. What was your feeling as far as the difference between the first half and the second half of the game?
The first half, I don't know. I mean, everyone was playing great, but I myself felt weak. But I don't know what was wrong. In the halftime, all my teammates came up to me and gave me pride and faith, and they all believed in me, which made me feel a lot better. And so I felt relaxed the second half and felt that we could do it. I had pride.
That's good. You didn't let anything distract you. You kept on going at it. Good. You had a great game tonight. We know some parts aren't always good. Other parts are great. So we just take what we have, and it's a win on the board, right?
That's right.
Okay. I know you never look forward to the next week until after this game is over. Next week's Hamden. Any ideas yet about that, or?
We have to have a good week of practice. We have to have a better week of practice than we did this last week. We didn't have the intensity that we usually do.
Really?
And I think I have faith in my team, and I think we can do it.
Good.
We can pull together.
Interesting you said that. You'll see when you watch the tape that we thought the intensity wasn't there either from up in the booth. So knowing that you recognize that, we think that's terrific. So again, I'm going to say congratulations on the win tonight. We'll take them any way we can get them, won't we? Yeah? Okay, thanks again, Ryan. For the lights going out here, Gabe, a couple last wrap-ups on this.
Well, like everyone was saying, a 14-13 victory, came out with a victory. Better second half than the first half. Running game, excellent this evening. Daryl Noble, unofficially 153 yards on 24, 25 carries.
Milligan
had about 60 yards. Monroe had about 44, 45 yards.
Sure,
so a good ground attack. Next week it's Hamden away, and Hamden's got a good ball club.
And a day game. So one of our few